¡Woo! ¡Dale, campeón! 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 ¡Dale! Woo! Messiah won the World Cup. He did it. Woo! We've been waiting over 4 years for this. This is truly amazing. He delivered. He delivered the World Cup. We knew it was never the end after Saudi Arabia. We knew. We believed all the way to the end because he is Lionel the Messiah. He is the new Borke. He is resurrected and born again. He said, kept the faith, we will deliver. We promise, Messiah, deliver. This World Cup doesn't mean the same as it would have been if they didn't lose the opening match. Losing the opening match made this far more special than it possibly ever could. And when you lose to Saudi Arabia, everything else was possible. Blowing the 2-0 lead against the Netherlands, blowing the 2-0 against against France, blowing the 3-2 against France. The no man's land save. Mamma mia, holy moly. The whole world's heartbreak, their heartbeat stopped for a split second right there. Emiliano Martinez with the most legendary World Cup save of all times. The duel of the fates. That was the moment that Argentina were lifting the World Cup trophy right there. He was not going to be stopped. He promised the Messiah the World Cup trophy. He was sitting watching with his brother in the stands 2018. He was having family barbecue in 2014. Emiliano Martinez told his brother that I will be starting behind the net. And he said, I will win the World Cup for Messiah. I will. And Emiliano did so. He did so. This is the fucking man of the fucking tournament outside of Lionel the Messiah. Emiliano Martinez proved his worth in a penalty shootout where it comes down to your goalkeeper. Two penalty shootouts. Emiliano Martinez is a legend of all legends. Behind the net, was never given a chance for 10 years by Arsenal. Had to move to a new club because he doesn't play out from the back a lot. He likes to boot the ball behind the net. Wow, I cannot believe it. Emiliano Martinez will have a lot of buyers out there. Julian Alvarez is already on Man City. Man City found a gem right there. The rich just get much richer. Man City have their hands on a priced asset, and he is going nowhere. Julian Alvarez can sniff the Champions League trophy in 2024 if he does find a role on Man City's front line. Just wow. And McAllister, too. I mean, we were not expecting these names to showcase. These young players were showing that, hey, Argentina does have a future when Messiah is not in the World Cup in 2026. Are they going to win it? No. Hopefully they remain very competitive throughout 2026. I like Otamendi a lot. He had a bad game. I think he did great through all the other games in the tournament. Otamendi, very emotional moment, seeing him lift the trophy. Otamendi was called up to the team by Diego Maradona. You know that this meant something special to him, and that is my defender right there. I think Otamendi, getting beat there a couple times, Otamendi had a role to put on a show for the Emir of Qatar, to have the PSG players be the stars of the show. Paredes, former PSG. I like Jags. I like the Jaguars to be in a division battle. Zach Wilson sucks. The Jets gonna lose. Yeah, I did submit my NFL picks. Okay, the World Cup is over, so we back to go Keenan Bomber, back to the NFL. Okay, but don't compare to World Cup. World Cup's the biggest event in the world. Oh, and I'm Neil the Messiah. Even America, that was the second most watched event of 2022, the World Cup final. Kind of helps that that's right before the NFL games. What? Where was McAllister playing for? Man, this guy came out of nowhere. The fact that these are young players shows that Argentina, yes, they do have a future for 2026 World Cup. They have a future to at least get into the knockout and show that. And Batistuta has proven this too, that still gonna amongst the talented teams in the world. Are you gonna win the World Cup? No, you're not gonna win the World Cup, but you'll still be in the running. You still win Copa America. You still have tied for the most Copa Americas. Argentina not some scrub team without Messiah. They truly did make the difference, Messiah, but he is surrounded by talent, but they have a more clear idea that the GOAT is what puts him over the top over France. Messiah's vision out there, his resiliency to keep the brothers all together was so great to see in both the Dutch and the French games. That extra time, we reload, we reset, and we go for the win, and they did so in both instances. It wasn't just sit back and wait for Emiliano Martinez. Argentina wanted to win. They should have won. They got on top against France. They should have won extra. And they should have, the penalty probably wasn't planned, though, but definitely it made it more dramatic. Either way, the penalty shootout, Messi scores the winning goal of the final. Either way, we all got what we wanted. The whole world got what we wanted from this. And truly, Lionel Messi has shocked the world after losing to Saudi Arabia. Well, guess what? Argentina just did that. Everyone wrote off Argentina. What's going to happen with goalkeeper the ball? It's done 2-10. Oh, it's done. It's finished. That's the same magnitude as losing your opening match to Saudi Arabia. This is what we're talking about. A super slow start. And Messiah deliver. Goalkeeper the ball about to deliver for the LA. Like, sure. Goalkeeper the ball about to do that. Which one is greater? I don't know. To me, they're both great. It's the greatest year ever in sports. June of 2022 to June 2023. Go clean the ball. Lionel Messiah. Oh, my Lord. Argentina. Defending champion Bucks. Lakers. Celtics. Oh, my God. State Farm Super Bowl. State Farm winner. I tell you, it's a great time to be a sports fan right here. Lionel Messi. I don't get the mocking by Mbappe. I don't get the mocking of Mbappe by Emiliano Martinez. Shaking my head there. The whole Golden Glove. Grab my crotch. He embarrassed the world there. I think he should have just waved his hand to the crowd. Like, hey, yo, just wave. With the Golden Glove trophy, just wave to the crowd instead of just grabbing your crotch. But anyway, it is what it is. You need a mean streak to be a champion. Argentina certainly have a mean streak. Part as DePaul told his haters to go suck his dick. Translated, these are his wards. So no matter what it is, Argentina were disrespected. The goalkeeper of the Dutch did walk up to Lautaro Martinez and tried to harass and intimidate him. I mean, these Dutch guys were not the Saints at all. Van Gaal is talking smack that Messiah don't do anything outside the ball. The Croatia manager was saying, what was he saying? Anyway, these managers were motivating Messiah to the core. I saw Messiah contributing outside of collecting the ball on his feet. He was pressing and fighting for his life against the Netherlands. It was not always perfect for Messiah, but he has the faith and perseverance all the way. This World Cup final When Argentina were up 2-0, they were all saying, "Oh, France, they got the flu. Oh, they're just giving it to them." Crying auto fans are cry. Nothing was given to Argentina. France fought back. They made Argentina earn that shit. Argentina suffer. They're meant to suffer. They Paul says Argentina were meant to suffer. They were meant to suffer. Nothing was given. And you know what? When Argentina did get fouled in the box, these were penalties. So deal with it. You can't make contact with the attacker before the ball. Cry babies, cry some more. Cry some more. France had more penalties than Argentina in the final. Cry some more. Cry some more. They gave them the penalty right there before the penalty kicks. Cry some more. Argentina get penalties all the way to the trophy. France got more penalties than Argentina. Oh my God. Excuses. France started out slow. Argentina, they took control from the start. Argentina were never trailing. Argentina were the best team out there. Di Maria got contact there in the box. Di Maria got the job done. We all know it. Every player that scored in that final was a current or prior PSG player because Di Maria played for PSG. Even Paredes, unknown from PSG, he scored the penalty against the Dutch. He scored against the French in the penalty shootout. And that was a great move by Scaloni to put in Dybala for the penalty shootout. That is, Dybala's the second best penalty kicker on the team. That is as clutch of a move as out there. That dribble past Croatia, that pass, that assist, Messiah in prime position there to shoot the ball past the net there. Wow. Truly is the greatest ever. I got some graphics to show you that even though I believe that it's a very subjective three-way GOAT debate between Pele and Maradona and Messiah, there's some worthwhile graphics shared on ESPN FC that may just put that debate to rest. That the longevity and the consistency is probably the best argument to cement Messiah as the GOAT of all time. In the fact that we know how the teams do without him. Argentina, they struggled to even qualify for the knockouts. Barcelona, Messiah was covering the dysfunctional board of Barcelona, buying money for useless wingers, 300 million euros, right? Messiah was covering the cracks of Barcelona. They're not investing in defense or midfield or holding midfield or anything of that. Messiah truly is a genius and a magician. And first and foremost, he's a genius first. He's also a magician. He's first and foremost both than anything else. I mean, wow. He's amazing. Dude's the GOAT. He's 30. Well, if he wins Copa America at 37 years of age, Messiah wins in 2024. This guy is the GOAT. I think it needs to be a last farewell tour. The fans at the Americas were not obviously at the matches in 2021. I think this would be a proper farewell tour to cheer on the king for one last moment of brilliance for Lionel Messiah in 2024 in the most greatest golden generation of all golden generations, even greater than Spain in 2008. I know they dominated Italia 4-0 in the final after drawing 1-1 in the group stage, but if Spain was a huge favorite back then, but Argentina were truly huge underdogs against Brazil, against France, skeptics against the Netherlands. They were written off against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is a bigger upset opening match than the Switzerland. They were a bigger upset than the Switzerland. Argentina had talent, but it's geniuses that put them over the bottom line in the most ultimate competition. Maradona and Messiah. all the crybabies that are saying, "Oh, faithful Argentina! Oh my God!" Well, come on, you can't tell me that. If you're saying rigged, why the fucking hell didn't you bet on Messi before the World Cup? Because I did, and I knew all along. And it's not worth anything to say that it's rigged. We have to ask you, why did not you bet on Messi to win if it's all rigged against Ronaldo? It's us against the world. Oh. And speaking of Cristiano fanboys out there, Cristiano Cristiano soaking in his corner and his fanboys and complete. This is a midlife crisis. It's a crisis for Ronaldo supporters out there. Who does Ronaldo want to root for the least in the Champions League final? Cristiano Cristiano Sognado has got to choose between Messi equalizing his Champions League medals or his old team winning another one without him with the same core of players. That's what that Champions League final is going to be all about. That Real Madrid showed that Cristiano Cristiano is part of the system. They already won a Champions League and made it to the semis against Chelsea without Cristiano Cristiano. Messiah would win the Champions League to tie Cristiano Ronaldo. Messiah would prove he's the king of France, that he's the one who denied the repeat for France. The king heads back to France. The king brings that long-awaited Champions League title back home to France that has not been there for 30 years. He just beat the best team in the world. I think Argentina have the most heart of any team in the world. Oh, yes, they do. You better believe it when Messiah says it's his last World Cup match. He will not be here in 2026. He has extended his contract with PSG. It does not mean he's going to lose and win next year. He's going to win this year, and next year is going to be about, is he going to pass Ronaldo with another Champions League title? That's what 2024 is going to be all about, in my view. Is he going to pass Ronaldo? That's the narrative for 2023, 2024. Is he going to pass Ronaldo? Messi to Macha 65. Is it Messi 6, Ronaldo 5? With the final at London, a place where Messiah has won the Champions League before. In 2011 against Rooney and Manchester United. But Pep is another great manager who needs to overcome the narrative that he can't win without him. So Messi will lose in 2024 in the knockout competition of 2024. He wins this year. Paris lose the next year. They move on from Messiah. He wins Copa America. He retires as the GOAT of the game. He's widely accepted as the GOAT of the game because obviously most people, the young men, women in their 20s, early 30s, they would have never seen Maradona play or Pele play. And so thus, this current generation from young kids, the teens, the 20s to early mid-30s, accept Messiah as the GOAT. And some people over the age of 50 who've seen Maradona, those who are the very elderly of the 70 and 80 year range have seen Pele win. 2024 Copa America, we'll have to see where the site's going to be. We don't know the site. Ecuador has withdrawn from the competition. Argentina were supposed to host the Copa America of 2021. What if Argentina are able to host it this time? The king gets to host it back at home, and the king gets to win the Copa back at home, which Argentina, except for the final, there wasn't fans in the stands. Fans could not attend. these fans at the Americas get to see Messiah for one last time, regardless if you're an Argentina fan or if you're an opposition team like Chile or Paraguay or Uruguay or Brazil or any team in the Americas like Venezuela that are going to be in the Copa America watching Messiah against their team in the group stage. These fans have missed out in 2021. They need to see Messiah in action in 2024. The biggest thing that has caused Messiah to extend his contract is the fact that FIFA is trying to stage this Club World Cup. That'll be another Club World Cup. This competition's going to be here forever. It's match congestion. I think it's very bad. I think the best players come from South America and play in Europe anyways. So you already know the best teams are in Europe. I mean, they always win the FIFA Club World Cup. They're the best to begin with. They say not their useless competition, but you know what? FIFA likes revenue and FIFA likes money. And PSG, in their soft power over the game, the state of Qatar, they buy PSG in 2010. They bribe their way for the World Cup. They buy Mbappe before he wins the World Cup. They buy Messiah before he wins the World Cup. And Neymar's going to be at PSG for at least another few years. Neymar's going to be here for a while, long after Messiah has left. Neymar's going to be winning the World Cup in the PSG uniform. Then maybe he'll be allowed to leave after 2026. That this is truly legendary. What I've witnessed is not the end. The World Cup doesn't mean it's not the end. We're all here together in harmony for Team Messiah, for Team Copa 24, for Team Champions League 2023. Messi's already the undisputed GOAT, but it's the final knockout blow, right? It's a final knockout blow to Cristina Granada and his supporters. It's a final knockout blow. In my view, I think Messiah should go to Juventus and show Ronaldo to win the Champions League. They make the pass. They make the unselfish play. And that's my view. It'll never happen. Pogba is going to win the Champions League for Juventus before France defends her title with boom in action. Boom in action in 2026. Mamma mia. Juventus win the Champions League with Pogba, and Pogba is back at the World Cup. That would be dope as hell. My, oh my. I don't think Argentina should be getting knocked out of the group in the 2026. Knocked out around the 16, whatever. World Cup winners curse no longer exists. I think Argentina are out to prove that they have the talent to be among the best in the world, but it's these magnificent geniuses with their creative expression, with the ball in their feet like Maradona and Messiah, that truly makes Argentina very revered for its worship of their footballing gods that deliver. Argentina won't win a World Cup for a long time without the Messiah because he is the immortalized God. I have not seen Barcelona win a trophy yet. I'm already seeing it happen at Barcelona right now. They're struggling to win silverware without the Messiah. Going to find out how long it takes until Barcelona wins La Liga again, despite all of their resources. And certainly, this will definitely happen at La Liga. Barcelona did exist outside of Messiah. When they had a Johan Cruyff and all that, and even Maradona played 1 year, but the vast majority of what they won was with the Messiah, and Real Madrid dominated La Liga. It was not only until Messiah joined Barcelona that they started to catch up with Real Madrid in terms of La Liga titles. But there's only two teams that I see facing off against PSG in the final, between Manchester City and Real Madrid. I like Messi to go up against Real Madrid at some point in the competition. I think if they wanted to provide world-class entertainment to us, they give us the Ronaldo option of, do you root for Messi or do you root for Real Madrid? I think if you can't script any better, it could happen. It could happen that way. But Messi didn't make it to the final his first year at PSG, so you know, Hayline in his first year with Man City, it's not a guarantee. Messiah is already greater than Mbappe. Yeah, he will be forever because this final puts Messiah over the top. Both had the same amount of open play goals. Messiah impacted the game far more. It was Deschamps that impacted the game a lot for France with the substitutions of Giroud and Mbappe. Mbappe did have a nice locker room speech, but Paris always wanted to get that show. They always wanted to have that magnificent show biz of a performance. They always wanted Mbappe to score a hat trick to keep his ego in check for the Champions League. They wanted Di Maria to score for PSG. Messiah was going to score. Hakimi was in the semifinals. Even when Neymar lost to Brazil, Neymar did score in that match. So PSG players were still made to look good even when they lost. This makes it easy. PSG will definitely win the Champions League this year. I just wonder why they're 8-1. You just got to ignore the past with Ligue 1. You got to ignore the past with PSG when Neymar was hurt in some key knockout stage matches. Mbappe didn't play against Man City during the second leg of 2021. You have Messiah this time. You made a final without Messiah. It's clear-cut picture. There's some tough teams out there trying to get a result the first leg and have it back at Munich for the second leg. Man City obviously is going to be a supreme talent. Real Madrid with champions. They're not dying off. Luka Modric made it to the semifinal. And that's another thing too. Modric would be playing for revenge against Messiah and he'd be playing for revenge against Mbappe too if he makes it to the Champions League final with Real Madrid against Paris Saint-Germain. So yeah, I think all the storylines are there for Barcelona guy to Barcelona be rooting for Paris against Real fucking Madrid in the final of the Champions League. You can't stand Real Madrid, and Messiah is there to save the day for Barcelona fan support. Yeah, that we gotta see Benzema in the equation at some point against Messiah. We'll see which round it is, but it's got to be in the pot. I think Ronaldo would like to play with Sporting, although Sporting sees the consequence of having a player who does not gain wisdom as years go by, who does not learn to be unselfish, to be a good example to the players. Instead, pride and ego and child temper tantrums, as we saw at Man United, being a bad example of teammates leaving the pitch, refusing to enter the game when his coach wants him to enter the game. A lot of it is true, and a lot of it is scripted. Both of them are combined together. If it wasn't rigged, Argentina would have won in 2014. But they were told to take a dive in that match in 2014 because FIFA Mafia, they had to give one back to Germany because they still owed Italy and Spain for what happened against South Korea in 2002. And next thing you know, at Qatar, Morocco, Arab team from Africa make it to the semifinals. FIFA is a corrupt, and I don't know where the support for Croatia is coming from for 2026. I don't know how anyone can think Croatia is going to win in 2026 unless if you think that Modric is going to play the 2026 World Cup. How old is Luka Modric? How old is Luka? That's a cat behind me. So let me just go to Luka Modric right here on Wikipedia and just see how old he is because I think he's already super old. I mean, he's been there forever. I mean, Christina Granada, if Real Madrid make it to another Champions League final, yep, that's another insult to cause injury. Because Benzema and Modric won Ballon d'Ors. I mean, Modric was a great. I mean, his Ballon d'Or award was justified after he carried that team to the semifinals of this World Cup. So that World Cup, that Ballon d'Or is 100% justified. The Ballon d'Or has just been rationalized for Luka Modric after carrying Croatia to the semifinal. The award. Oh my God! Look at that! Look at that! Luka Modric. You know, it would have been pretty cool if I showed club statistics for the World Cup match videos because right here, Luka Modric, Real Madrid scored 36 career goals for Real Madrid. And next thing you know, Modric loses to Argentina in the semifinals. Argentina win 36 years later. So 36 goals with Real Madrid for Modric. Definitely these matches and these draws are completely predetermined. I just gotta understand, man, that even though I thought Argentina, England, I mean, looking back, it was never going to happen because PSG wanted. Well, we just had to think back to Maradona that he was going for back to back against Germany in 1990, and then he lost the final, so Argentina failed to repeat. And the same thing happened with France. Just the tables have turned the other way. It wasn't Messiah going for another championship. It was France going for another championship, but they lose to them. And you know, if he defeated Italy in 1990, then maybe the mob did bring down Maradona. Uh, while he's with Napoli, all of that, they probably did bring down Maradona. The mob probably did. I don't think when Messi says that he's going to play a few more matches, just looking to play a few more friendlies. It's all done. It's all done. It's all done. He loves football. He loves football a lot. He loves these games. He loves these games. He loves these games. This trophy is goaded right here. If Neymar, Messi's friend Neymar, let's win the next cup. I'll win that right here. I'll talk about a little bit about the next cup because we carry forward, and I predicted Argentina over 4 years in advance. I'm going to predict the next World Cup winner over 7 years in advance. Over 7 years. And it is explain my Chinese astrology completely. I'll tell you about what I've covered in a second.